I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God, Body, Sean. Elevation Nation Conversations. How y'all doing? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section. We're grown folks where we have conversations and dialogue about topics and situations, a variety of topics and situations, and we see how we can learn from it. But this is one thing that I do want to say. I wish more men would start making some content that we can react to and talk about and go off of, because I don't want this to seem like a relationship channel or something crazy like that. But it seems like all we get is women, women doing things that we can talk about and make conversations about and dive into and dissect. You know, we got to get some topics for the brothers, man. We got to get some brothers making some content so we can react to what they got going on and add to it. But I'm not familiar with this whole 50-part series thing with this chick. I guess she's on TikTok, and I don't know. I guess she made a 50-part series about who did she marry. I've not watched any of them. I've been hearing a lot about it, so I said, let me check it out and see what's going on. So I pulled up one, but it says this is the 50. I guess it's part 50. I guess it's the last part. But from what I've been hearing is she made 50 different parts on TikTok, and she's talking about somebody that she met. I'm not really sure when she met the person or whatever, but she met somebody and he wound up lying to her a lot and deceiving her and all of that type of stuff. So I don't know how deep or how true it is, but I just wanted to take a quick listen and give my take on it, and and go from there. So hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let's hear what this woman is talking about. I guess this is part 50 of a 50-part series of who the fuck did I marry on TikTok.
Part 50, who the fuck did I marry? So, the aftermath. There's some realizations I had to come to after the divorce and everything had passed. One, Legion never loved me. He never loved me. He doesn't love himself, so I know he didn't love me. Number two, he didn't even like me. He watched me get excited about things that he knew I was not going to get.
I just want to stop it there real quick. I don't know who Legion is. Never seen the dude. I don't know what the situation is or what are some of the circumstances behind her putting all her business on social media. But one thing that I'm realizing off top is who the fuck will marry you? And this is not being nasty or mean or any of that. This is just being realistic, truthful, and honest. She had to take a look at herself. She's not her best version of herself. So who does she think is going to come and genuinely care for, love, or any of that when she's not being the best version of herself? Yeah, I know the talk and all, I've heard it all before, that there's somebody out there for everybody and everybody like different things and beauty is in the eye of the beholder and yeah, yada, yada, yada. But we need to be realistic. The first thing is physical attraction. This woman, there's nothing physical attractive about her. She looks like she's very overweight. Matter of fact, she might be borderline obese. Feel like she has a horrible wig on her head. No eyelashes, and just look real basic at best. So what she has to look at and see, what is she attracting? Now, I don't know what the whole story is, but she says she's divorced from the man right now. And my first thought in my head is maybe she was being too desperate and too quick to find anybody that will love her or will be with her to give her the company and validate her. So she didn't love herself. She wasn't the best version of herself and comfortable and confident in herself. So she was looking for someone to validate her. She probably found a Pookie. Probably found a guy that didn't have much going for herself, not looking for much, not trying to achieve much in life, not doing much. Probably had nothing. He probably was leeching off of her, finessing her for her kindness and things of that nature. So that's probably what happened. And my other thought is since when do people get on social media telling all their business like this just for no other reason? I don't know how true this story is, but whatever it is, she made a play. She made a play, and this is something that women will feed into. So this is something that all the women around the world will feed into it, and they'll be sympathetic on her part and give her sad stories, and they'll validate her crocodile tears, and they'll go sister girl, or they'll believe everything she's saying, but they won't dig deeper and find out what is the true situation behind the story and what really is going on and what really happened. So she's pulling on the heartstrings of the women, and she's built this 50-part story into a $1 million situation. So I gotta salute her on that part. She finessed. She finessed her sob story. She sold it to the women. The women gonna go, they're gonna fall for it. They're gonna back her up, and they're gonna push it to the spotlight. I think a lot of men probably not having it. I think a lot of men gonna look at it and dissect it and go in on it. Like, who the fuck will marry you? Let's get to that part.
And not even just the possession stuff. Like, of course, we know I was excited to be the woman whose husband is like, I'm taking my wife to London. I was excited to be the woman whose husband was like, yeah, I bought my wife a brand new BMW X5. You have to understand is all the jokes that we make about the BMW. It was the time and effort that he spent in taking me to dealerships and being sure to put me in the car and test drive the car and, I can see you in this. I like this for you. It seems safe. It was the effort.
So she's sitting here crying a sob story and sad because this guy finessed her into thinking that he was going to take care of her, buy her BMW, taking her to the car lot, letting her sit in them, pumping her head up, and he let her down. Did she ever at once think, let me check his finances, let me check what he got on, let me see if he can even afford this, or what can he do for me? Is he in a position to be able to provide for me and protect for me and things of that nature? Did she ever look at herself really in the mirror and be 100% honest with herself and say, hey, is a man of a certain stature or a certain level really going to be into me and digging me like this, like that, on that level, with me looking the way I'm looking and carrying myself the way I'm carrying myself, for me to be thinking that he's really going to do these things for me? I'm just playing the devil's advocate. Don't shoot the messenger. But we got to be honest with ourselves. Come on, sister. Come on. Do you really think that you had what it takes to lock and track down a man that is able and willing to provide those things for you? And you're providing him with what? Obesity? A bad hair wig? Come on. Stop it. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. We're going to keep it real, not talking about the young lady, not downing her, not being nasty and rude and mean, but we keeping it truth. I wish Kevin Samuels was here to talk to her and give us some real. Like sister, come on. You're not even taking care of yourself. How do you think somebody want to come in and take care of you? You're not even giving them the best version of yourself.
To really make me believe that he was going to get this, just for him to fuck with me. The effort in taking me to all these homes, to see my face light up as a woman who grew up on welfare, to be able to walk into these 4 and 5 bedroom homes knowing that he didn't have any money to buy it. Imagine if he had just been honest and said, hey, I like in my free time to go to open houses and just see how the other people live. Imagine if he had just said that versus wasting not only my time, but the
Wait a minute, I'm confused here because I've never seen any of the other parts of this story. So I'm confused here. She say the guy was taking her to look at homes and cars and things like that in that nature. At no point did she ever ask and see this man's finances. Did this guy ever have a job? Did she know where he worked? Did she know his financial situation? Any of that? So maybe I'm speaking from a place of ignorance because I've not seen the other 49 parts, and this is my first time watching this right now, so I'm listening to it as I go. But this does not sound real at all. I'm willing to bet that maybe a month or two down the line, she gonna come and say this was all a BS story, and I was just doing it for some attention and hoping it would go viral, and it went viral, and it did what it was supposed to do, and she done got a bag from it, because it sounds crazy just from the first 3 minutes that I've heard of this one part. It doesn't sound realistic at all. At all.
wasting the time of the realtors who did nothing wrong. There's a level of cruelty to my ex-husband that I had never experienced before. And God knows, I pray I never experience it again. That's the word that comes to mind when I think of him. He is cruel. And it wasn't just me, he did it to the ex-wife. So, do I trust? No. I trust the people who were in my life before him. If we were friends or if we were in a relationship or whatever and I knew you before him, I trust you explicitly. But if you're somebody I just met, I don't trust you. I don't. There's no point in me getting on here and saying and making it seem like, oh, I'm so strong, I'm so brave. I struggle big time. Because on one hand, I want to like someone. On the other hand, I'm immediately thinking, what if it's a repeat? And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I can't go through that again. I can't. Every single thing in our relationship was a lie. It took me a while to realize every single day this man lied to me. Every single day he lied to me. Every conversation he had was a lie. I will never know how much he lied to me. I'll never know. I've made my peace with it. I will never know how deep it really truly goes. I only know what I experienced, and I only know what God allowed me to see. But I'm willing to bet that there's a lot I still don't know. When people say, oh, you dodged a bullet, like you just, and I've read a lot of the comments on this, and people have sent me a lot of the comments. And so I need to make one thing very clear. I am fully aware I dodged a bullet. I am so grateful to my God that I did not have that man's child. I'm sorry if that offends.
Man, this woman needs to stop. She playing the sympathy card now. She was out here in the dating market. She wasn't dating responsibly. She wasn't checking, to see if he was truthful about how he was living or what he was doing and things like that. And she got sucked in because she wanted a mate and she wanted a partner. That's all that was. So she's made this into a 50-part series where she accepts no accountability of who she was dealing with. It's all on the man. The man was lying. He did this. He fooled me. He promised me this. But what part did you play in it as a grown adult woman? So now she out there playing on the heartstrings of all the women and all the viewers and playing the sympathy card. But she thought she had a one. She thought she had a high value man. So she got played and she got mad because it didn't turn out how she wanted it to turn out. Turns out he was trying to play her. He probably thought she had some money and was trying to get some money out of her. So I don't know. I don't know the story. I haven't seen any of the other episodes, but this seems a little unbelievable to me. I don't know if it's a real story or not. I think it might just be cap to go viral and to get some attention. That's what it seemed like or sound like to me. Nah. Drop a comment in the comment section. If you know more about this story, man, drop me a comment so I can see what I missed, or I might need to go find the other parts. But this sounds like bullshit to me. Sound like straight bullshit, a lot of bullshit.
Some of you, but it's the truth. I'm grateful that we didn't buy a house and that I'm not financially tied to him in any way, shape, or form. But I am also grateful for the fact that there are things about my ex-husband that I discovered in terms of how he is when it comes to other women. And I'm grateful that God has kept me and protected me. That's all I'm going to say. So when I started out making this series and I made the decision to tell my story, my motive was I just want to help one person. If there is a woman out there who's like, God, I want to be married and I met this guy and something don't seem right, but maybe it's not that bad. My advice is, honey, just go ahead and do your research, because I can honestly tell you, being single sucks, okay? In my opinion, sometimes it sucks. But being married to the wrong person is a type of hell no one should have to go through. You should not have to be married to someone that does not like you. You should not have to be married to someone that doesn't even love you. And I know what that is like. I know what it's like to be told, hey babe, I love you. And yet, I swear I think that man sat back in the recliner with his WWE Championship Roman Reigns belt and laughed his ass off at me every day. Like, damn, she really believed that.
I know she didn't say that this dude used to sit back in a recliner with a WWE belt on watching wrestling or something like that. That should have been a red flag right there. A grown-ass man sitting around watching wrestling with a wrestling belt on. And this is the man that's going to put you in the house and buy you a BMW. She was fooling herself because she was so thirsty and so hard to be married. That's what it was. She was fooling herself, so she was believing the hype. And the guy was in disbelief that she was believing his bullshit. he thinking to himself like, damn, this bitch believe me for real? Shit, I'm finna keep the game going. But and this shows the difference between men and women. Men get played like this all the time. Men get played like this all the time, whether it's dating or whether it's being married. Women marrying them because they have some resources or some assets and financial stability. They might have a couple kids by them or whatever, stay married for a couple years, maybe stay married for 10, 15, 20 years. And the women never liked them, never loved them, any of that. They just wanted to be taken care of. And now they're in a position where now they can get alimony and child support and half of everything he built. It happens every day. You got simp ass athletes doing it. You got simp actors doing it. But you don't get men going to social media telling that story and getting the sympathy of the world. They'll tell a man in a minute, that's what your ass get. You should have vetted her. You should have did your research. You should have been so quick to get married. The man got to suck it up. But let something happen to a woman where all he did was fool her into thinking she was going to get some things. He never took no money from her, anything like that. And you got the world giving her a sympathy party. Nah, stop it. I don't want to hear it. No sympathy party over here. Men get played and get taken on a daily, half for years and centuries. And we don't get no sympathy party. The courts throw the book at us. Alimony court throw the book at us. Child support court throw the book at us. And we get no sympathy parties. So she out there whining and crying because the guy lied to her. So she done made a 50-part series out of it, made a couple million, and she was going off like a fat rat she is. A fat rat with an ugly wig and damn near obesity issues. But I don't know, that's just my take on this, man. I think however it went down, she was too thirsty to be hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop me a comment in the comment section. But Elevation Nation Tribe, I know what we can take from this and learn from this is, if you're single and you're dating, vet the person. Don't be so quick to get married. Don't be so ready to be in a relationship. Like yourself first. Put your best foot forward first so you can genuinely be out there at your best and not fall into a situation like this and be taken advantage of or someone taking advantage of you. Love yourself first. Stop worrying about getting an apartment, get a mate. Love yourself first. Be able to be alone until you find someone that's correct. And when you do your research and do your background checks. And you won't find yourself in a position like this doing a 50-part story looking for sympathy. But that's just me talking from a man's perspective. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Like I said, God, Body, Sean, Elevation Nation Conversations, grown folks talking. Drop a comment in the comment section. Appreciate y'all for joining me. We're going to check y'all on the next one. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. We out.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God, Body, Sean.